What's going on, my fellow troops? My name is Xavvo, and welcome back to a brand new video. So, I do apologize about the hiatus, if anyone was wondering. Yeah, I know I've been gone 2 weeks. I was planning on taking a 1-week break, and it somehow panned out to be 2 weeks. I'll get into all of that sort of stuff in a moment, but as you can see, the main topic of today's video is Black Ops 7 is finally here. It dropped today, and so we're going to give it a go. This is the first time since the beta, and I'm actually kind of excited, so here we go. Oh, we've got a cutscene. Oh shit, wait, okay, hang on, wait, I'm gonna have to start again, hold up. My audio's not fucking working. I don't know what that's about. Give me a second, guys. I seem to be out of the swing of things at the moment. Right, let's give that another try, shall we? Sorry about that.
This video is triggered to play upon my assassination.
Okay.
For this DA, you know how to proceed. My death will be a light upon ubiquitous darkness.
Menendez lives. The world has lied. Was lied to. Curse erupts.
Ignited global unrest and political upheaval on an unprecedented scale. The Cortes DA riots left trillions in damage and casualties worldwide.
Oh shit, yeah.
Controversial, often brutal, ruthless measures to restore order.
I think this is based after Black Ops 2. Yeah.
A new era of global instability. And now, as the 10th anniversary of the uprisings approaches, a new video, apparently from the former leader of Cortes DA, has surfaced.
My name is Raul Menendez, and as you can see, I am alive and well. 2025 was just the beginning.
2025 mentioned.
Necessary first step. In 3 days, we shall celebrate it by taking the second. And to governments repressing the wills of their people, I say, your streets shall once again run red with your blood. Once again, you shall know fear.
Okay.
All right, we are joined by Ms. Emma Kagan.
Emma Kagan, Black Ops 7 woman.
Innovation and security. Ms. Kagan, Emma, tell us, what's your take on this?
Thank you for having me, Chris. Our forensic analysis uncovered tags embedded in the stream that match those used by Cortes DA. It does appear to be authentic.
In light of that, how serious of a threat do you believe this is?
Well, Menendez is a terrorist that's proven he can carry out large-scale, highly coordinated attacks. And governments...
Is she a fucking AI? Why is she talking like that?
They don't know how to prevent, respond, or even recover from such events.
And that's where the Guild can help.
That's right, Chris.
That's right, Chris.
Everything in our power to stop this.
Oh, tough.
We have a problem. Excuse me.
Chris.
I can't thank you enough.
No, really, thank you, Chris. And you take care, okay?
You as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's definitely a robot, bro. That's not normal. I didn't think we were gonna get a whole cutscene, dude. I was just trying to come on the game.
Restricted airspace over Sector 4. Do you think they know?
No chance.
Oh, guys, look! Wingsuits!
Looks like they're gonna do a lot more than just sniff.
Who are they?
Oh, these guys, of course.
Jason. Nothing but blunt instruments. They have no idea who they're dealing with.
Ooh, scary. Well, I think they probably do, considering they knew your camera or whatever, your drone was above them. Okay! So this is our first glance at the full release menu. Co-op campaign, multiplayer, zombies. Okay, so I'm just going to hop into multiplayer because you know me, I'm a multiplayer guy. Got to select this complete crap, of course, to be able to play the game. Nothing like old COD, of course. I've heard some good things, at least. They've brought back what they're calling open matchmaking, and open matchmaking literally just meaning the normal matchmaking. I don't know why they're giving it these fancy names. It's just the normal matchmaking that we've had for literally over a decade before they fucking changed it in MW 2019. So we're gonna go into some team deathmatch, I think. Just a nice little simple mode. Oh, this is giving me like hella Black Ops 4 4 vibes. I know I said that in the beta, but it really looks a lot like that right now. I'm not sure what class setups we're going to have as default. They're probably going to be complete garbage, aren't they? I think we'll just kind of get into, you know, what's been going on. If you guys do not stay in tune with, like, my community tab or anything like that, then, yeah, basically that's your fault. Hate to break it to you, bud. I did actually put a post up there, like, a few days ago, basically just disclaiming that, like, I would be taking a little break after the whole Halloween period, because Halloween is a hectic time of year for me and a lot of my mates, because around this time we're making, like, Halloween content and stuff for, like, the entire month. And so that's what I was doing on both channels, mostly the second channel, but I also had a nice little balance. So I had a bit of content going on over here, as you would have seen here and there for Halloween. And I was also posting to the second channel, like, really consistently. Even though a lot of it was already scheduled ahead of time, which gave a lot more ease to the process. Yeah, it took a lot of time. So I honestly initially was starting off with just a week's break. It panned out to be 2 weeks because, one, I was working on not just taking the break, but I was also working on the starts to my best and funny moments and also my Rage Charge video for the end of the year. If you don't know, that is actually like a big hassle when it comes to the end of the year. Like, I always get really stressed with that shit because I have to basically go through what feels like hundreds of videos from the year, finding all the best moments, which obviously requires watching them again. And that's a very laborious process. Hey up, someone's just using the new drone. Shit. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I heard you. What a fucking strange map. The end of year project I was getting a head start on, mainly because not only is it taking a little bit of stress off of the whole process, but it also means that I could free some space off my PC. If you don't know, especially with like the second channel content, it takes up an absolute boatload of storage on my computer, like in terms of hard drive space. Some of them can be upwards of like 15 gigs for a 30-40 minute gameplay video. So I had to really go through and like get the highlights and stuff. That way I can then delete the entire full video off my computer. I usually keep them for the entire year just so it makes it easier when it comes to like the end of year process to get the highlights without having to re-download the video in some lower quality off of YouTube, which will never be as true to the original quality that the video was made in. So that's the only reason I keep the videos on my computer. And also I keep them up just in case, you know, say after like a few days or a week, YouTube randomly decides that there's something wrong with my video and wants me to take it down. I can always re-edit it and stuff. But then on top of that, I've just had really no care in the world for making Black Ops 6 videos. Like, the only Black Ops 6 video, I would say, guys, that's really still on the back burner, like the last final video I need to get out, which I don't have to. I can always change the tradition and just not do it this year. But something I typically do at the end of each game is I will, like, wrap up the camo grind by doing, like, an update video where I basically finish off the remaining camos for my camo grind on all the DLC weapons, like just making a video of me inspecting all of the final weapons at the start of the video, just like, you know, finishing the final DLC that I have of the bunch. Just something I like to do just to show that I've actually finalized the game, you know, for that completionist kind of value. It's a nice little thing that I do on my channel that a lot of other people don't really do. And I've not been able to make that video because I actually have a few more guns to do. I think at the moment, because I was doing some grinding last night and I've been doing some over the past few days, in fact, I've got like maybe 3 melees left, 1 special weapon, and then I think the other one being a pistol. So we're really close to finishing all of Black Ops 6's camo grind now, but that's for multiplayer. So I'd still have to do the zombie side of things, and that could be at least like 20-something DLC weapons. So you can probably see why I'm, you know, a little bit caught up on Black Ops 6, but I don't really have any ideas for content, so it kind of just means playing the game, but not making videos. And that's why I've just been waiting for Black Ops 7 to drop, in all fairness. I mean, I can't really say there's much point in covering anything else in Black Ops 6 now. We're honestly just at that point where everyone just wants either this game, or they're just playing Battlefield 6 or something, you know? Hey, W, we got our first win of Black Ops 7. Let's go. We finally got the best playback, though. I honestly miss this shit so much. For the longest time, we've been just having final kill, and I don't know why they ever show the final kill. It's kind of pointless, but best play, love that shit. Winner's circle could go, honestly, though. Again, like I said in the beta, I really don't like this finisher circle thing. I think it's super retarded. Let's take a little quick look at the camo grind, what we're working with. The challenges seem to be exactly the same as... Actually, they're slightly different. As opposed to last year with Black Ops 6, we only have to do 80 headshots as a base challenge for the, you know, main weapons, I'd say. And then we get 50 kills on moving with this gun, 30 objective kills. Then we have 20 kills with a underbarrel launcher attachment equipped. So there's 3 special camos in this. Here's the Shattered Gold. Oh... Okay, yeah, it looks really nice. The Moonstone camo, of course, Chromaflux. It's actually moving. I didn't think it was moving. I thought it would be still, but they've made it move. And then we've also got Genesis, which just looks fucking sick. I do have to say, generally speaking, I'm liking how this felt so far. My last game wasn't overtly sweaty or anything like that. I know it was my first match on, but I felt that from that match, there wasn't any sweating or anything going on. So the matchmaking isn't actually a problem in this game anymore. I think they're going to have, what they've said, the devs have said they're going to have specific playlists curated just for SBMM, for people who actually want that shit for whatever reason. And essentially everybody else can play on open matchmaking on these other playlists, where it's just going to have no disbanding lobbies, no SBMM, or at least very small amount of SBMM implemented, which is basically how it used to be, say, 10 years ago or so. And yeah, I really appreciate that they're, you know, listening. I can't say that I'm certain that they'll stick with this. There's always the chance they'll just go back on it for whatever stupid reason. Maybe the numbers are saying differently to what the community's saying. But that's just something I think we'll have to keep our eye out on, is just to make sure they don't go back on this shit, you know? I mean, like I say, I'm not super hyped about this game. It has just dropped, and, you know, it's cool that I can play it. I get it for free on Game Pass, just like Black Ops 6, and you don't have to spend a fucking dime. Honestly, a solid W, considering we're getting one of the better CODs we've had in absolutely ages, and we get it for free, whilst all these other somewhat dog shit to mediocre ones we've just had to, like, fug out for the last few years. Just, you know, asking you to shovel up $70 to buy them, or some disgusting shit like that. I can't argue if I'm getting a decent to good game, you know, without having to spend anything. But at the same time, whilst I'm not saying this is bad, I'm just not that hyped. And I think that's just honestly the fatigue aspect of things. It's normal to not feel hype when you've been so fatigued from playing COD all the time. If they can manage to keep this up throughout the game's lifespan, keeping the community's interests at bay, it would be great. No one's saying that a little bit of quirky is bad in COD. I mean, Black Ops 4 had emote systems and shit, and it even had a Battle Royale very on par with, like, Fortnite at the time. But it actually came out to be somewhat of a treasure, if anything. You know, there's always going to be a subset of the community that doesn't like everything that you do and will have something to complain about. But I think at the very bottom of it, a lot of it is just a love-hate thing. It's like people just want to have a problem with everything, but they'll still play the game, they'll pick it up after work, etc., etc., or they'll spend countless hours grinding it or whatever. So I don't think everything has to be, you know, channeled through the community first. I mean, it could be a nice touch, to be fair. If they just did polls on, like, their social medias, like, would you guys like to see this or this? Like, they'll offer 2 different options and have people pick. You know, obviously there'll be the dumbasses that say, oh, neither, I'm not playing this shitty game. Well, yeah, those dumbasses did not care to engage with said content in the first place because they're fucking rage baiting and they have no intentions of playing the game. But for the actual core fan base, they can always still pick either of these 2 options, you know? And then you can come to this general consensus that the community really likes this, let's add that in. That could be a nice way of, like, trying to channel ideas into the game, you know, run it through a community poll thing, instead of just saying, oh, we have to do everything based off what the community has said already in, like, comments, and then not even speculating or making new ideas. I think if you can't even formulate new ideas without at least putting, you know, the idea down on pen and paper and then offering it to the community to see what they think, then you're literally just doomed before you start. And if you do the opposite and just throw something out there without actually asking people what they would, you know, think of it, then again, you're not giving people the option to actually vote on what they think is good and what's not. What would they like as a community overall. And I think that could be a cool way of like getting the community more engaged as well, because you're actually physically, you know, including them in the decisions and stuff, which not giving them too much creative control, because the devs are supposed to be the ones deciding and creating the game. But the customers are still important, you know what I mean? Like, people who play the game, they need to be able to have some say in what they're fucking purchasing, especially because most people who aren't using Game Pass are going to be spending like $70 on this game. Some have probably paid even more because they pre-ordered and shit. Speaking of the whole pre-order thing, a lot of people were doing that whole Netherlands trick. I call it the Netherlands technique. Essentially, it's like where people try to change their time zone or their region on their console or whatever the fuck, or their PC, to essentially be able to play this game before it actually dropped like a day earlier. So people were like on the 13th just like coming onto Black Ops 7 in the preload menu and then just changing their region of their area to the Netherlands so they could play the game early. I tried that shit on Xbox and it just doesn't work. I don't know if they've patched it or something. They've patched the Netherlands strat or something. I don't know. But some people, I think, were able to do it, I guess, on PC. Maybe it was a pre-order related thing. So if you're a pre-order owner, you can, like, do that trick whilst normal players can't. I don't really know, to be fair with you, but I couldn't do it. I don't know why it didn't work, but hey. It doesn't really matter. It's the next day. The game's out. There's not really a fucking huge rush. On top of that, I don't really know why you'd want to be playing the game really early anyway with the whole Netherlands strat, because holy shit, the people who are eager to get on that quick, they're usually extremely fucking sweaty. Okay, so how much fun was your experience in the last match you just played? I would say, I'm not gonna, like, sugarcoat it. I think it was somewhat fun. I'm not gonna say that, like, I'm absolutely drooling at the mouth. So, that's my first time on Black Ops 7. I was about to say Black Ops 6. Jesus Christ. That's where I've been. That's what's going on. That's my thoughts on Black Ops 7. And, yeah, I'm just eager to see what you guys are thinking of this game, honestly. Could the game be better? Maybe. There's some things they can fix and change up, like this obnoxious fucking walking animation lobby. I don't get why they've kept this shit year after year. It's fucking garbage. I'm just sick of it. This whole UI layout and the fucking lobby screen. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy, be sure to drop a like, leave me a comment. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. Subscribe for more Black Ops 7 content. And yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching again, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.